Hey, hey, beautiful souls. Look how beautifully we are growing. Thank you so much for showing up in this lifetime, at this time, bringing through or reestablishing your sacred connection to all that is divine and shining. So, for those who don't know, my name is lisalyle, and this is my channel here on YouTube, my growing space, growing family, an offering from my heart to yours. And I'm eternally grateful for the connection that we share in this lifetime. So, before we get into it, the date is August the 21st, 2025, the last day of Leo season. Yay, Virgo! We are moving into Virgo season tomorrow on August the 22nd. And we will be having our first of two new moons in Virgo, the first at 0 degrees, and the second, which is a total solar or partial solar eclipse. I wrote it here. Why didn't I just look? Partial solar eclipse on September 21st. So before I get all confused and all over the place, how's everyone doing? It's been a couple days since we've connected and the energy has settled. I mean, that's what time does in space. So well done. Yeah, I just feel like saying well done. I'm serious. I got to write those stickers down. I have to write that on my list. I need stickers. So at this time, I'd like to ask that I'm a clear and pure channel to bring through messages from Source Divine, loving and kind, with the intention of supporting our greatest and highest manifestation of soul expression in this lifetime. Woo! What a ride! What a ride! Every time I come live, I feel a little shaky. And I guess maybe that's a good thing. If I don't feel shaky, perhaps there's something out of alignment. So let me take a sip of water, and then we're going to get into a little bit of the astrology of it all. And let me have a sip. Look what I found this morning. Not one, not two, not three, but 4 dimes. And so I feel like that's the biggest message at this time is well done to you for settling in to the spaciousness of the new. And as I say that, it's not even like we can fully comprehend what is unfolding for us, or even, like this new version of ourselves. I mean, ultimately, at our core, we have not changed. And yet, through the human experience, we have, with any luck, and for sure you have, because you're here. So that's the reality. Mirror, mirror. Hey, Kiva, welcome, sis. How you doing? It's a much more settled, where the last time we connected was Tuesday. I was very in the feels of it all. I was very much in that newness of the healing, which, a few days on, well, we're at Thursday, Friday in my world, yay. And after today, vacay for 10 days. And I'm so excited, where previously I had felt like, there's been a shift. And it's as a result of the healing that we've been doing, the shedding. It was 14 or 414 there. The shedding that we've been doing. We've been listening and trusting and growing the inner guidance. Are you trusting your intuition more? I've, for much of my life, being very intuitively guided, very connected. And yet oftentimes the human, for fear of, perhaps losing something or someone, or not having control, as if we do anyways, held on very tight, and spirit would say go right, and I'm like, yeah, all right, left, I'll catch up with you around the next bend. And 10 out of 10 times it would have been wise to go right, and it likely would have prevented a lot more heartache, and a lot more, hey Colleen, welcome sis. It would have prevented the slip ups and trip ups, and yet all has served great purpose when we continue to show up, when we continue to listen. And these days, when spirit says go right, I'm going right. I'm going right. When spirit says sit tight, Lisa, I'm sitting tight. Today, they tried to encourage me to stand up, and they let me win that battle, if you will, because I really wanted to sit. So since we last spoke, I shared with you about like almost tripping and falling 3 times. Well, yesterday, or it happened on 2 days ago, I kept stubbing my baby toe on my right foot. And finally, it was like too much. And I thought like I had broken my baby toe. I'm not sure if it's broken. It's very swollen. Um, Yet it seems to be experiencing some miraculous healing as well. And it'll be grateful to not have to put a boot on after today for, a couple handfuls of days. Yay. So yeah, vacay. And you know what? It's just a staycay. I'm like in my mind today, it's the Virgo in me. It's Virgo season. It's the season of rebirth for all of us. And, personally for myself. So I'm thinking about all the things, all the cleaning I want to do, and like I just don't have to do it I don't have any schedule. And that feels nice. It feels nice. Yeah. I like vacays. I haven't had a vacay in a long time. Um, I like staycays. It's what we got. So as I mentioned, we're moving into Virgo season. Tomorrow is the birth of Virgo season. And, we currently have the south node of the moon in Virgo. And this Virgo season is the kickoff to eclipse season, because eclipse season is taking place in Virgo season. Our previous one was in Pisces back in March. And now we're coming into Virgo season, like the midpoint. And how much beautiful work, inner, um, the cultivation of your faith, the cultivation of your path of devotion and service to self. And Virgo is the sacred servant. Virgo is the healer, the nurturer, what did I write here? Um, I wrote sacred servant service. Virgo is the path of service. And, this is always a really special time of year because it's on the heels of Leo season, the divine royalty, the king and the queen, the lion hearts, and then the coming together in Virgo season and truly being of service and taking it beyond, the 4 walls of our home or life. So intuitively about Virgo season, I was guided to write awakened intuition. And I trust many of you are feeling this uptick. We've been speaking about it for a while, the opening of gifts, the remembering. And as we heal, as we have these experiences and opportunities to heal, and as we continue to that old onion analogy, we'll just say it, as we continue to peel back the layers of the film, the mucus, the stuff over our life, it's a really beautiful space to settle into. Where Tuesday I was feeling so like emotional and again, it was fresh and it was raw and it was in the moment. And thank you all for those who were here or those who may have seen that on the replay. Thank you all for simply just holding the space and for being such a what do I want to say? A warrior of the heart that you just, it was 9:44 there, that you understand and sit in that space of grace, because that's a beautiful, beautiful gift. So with the sun going into Virgo, we have the first of 2 new moons, and this one is actually called a black moon. So all new moons are the dark moon, because we don't see the moon in the sky for the next 3, like at the time of the new moon, for 3 days, and then we see the little thumbnail, right? The crescent. This one is special though, because it's the third of 4 new moons in this season. So think of from the start of the solstice, right? June 20th, 21st, and the moving over to the equinox, September 22nd. And so we have our second new moon in Virgo at 29 degrees on the 21st of September. So this Virgo season feels like it's got an extra oomph to it. You may be feeling more the need for more clearing and cleaning, and you may be tuned into your physical body more and what your physical body needs. I know that that's going to be a focus for me personally. Looks can be deceiving sometimes with respect to, the health of a vessel. I'm not saying that my vessel's not healthy. I'm just saying there's a lot of room for improvement. And so with this Virgo season, the awakened intuition. Oh, I guess I never said. So the first new moon in Virgo is called a black moon, where all new moons are the dark moon. This is called a black moon because it's the third. It's kind of like a blue moon, right? The second in a calendar month. What else did I write here? Virgo, sacred harvest and bringing in the new. Sacred vision, the path of devotion, cosmic ocean of love. And we're all just drops in the ocean. And at the same time, we're the entirety of the ocean. And so that's like, wow, that like the awareness of that is like our magic potion. It's the elixir of life. And to boot, we have Venus now moving into Leo. Again, Venus, the planet of love, moving into the sign of, the lion, the divine royalty, the king and queen. This is such beautiful energy. And yes, Kiva, Virgo is beautiful energy. And Virgo can also be quite a taskmaster. Those working, like with, say, a Virgo sun, such as myself, Virgo it's a lovely, lovely energy when we, as women, I feel, move away from our masculinity, because it's really the embodiment of the sacred feminine. It is the mother. It is the empress energy. The all 4 queens, the divine feminine. And so now we have Venus in Leo, again, highlighting that divine royalty energy, the king and queen, into the sign of service, into the sign of harvest and reciprocity. And this is a big lesson that many of us are working through. Yes, the Virgos are the helpers. And the key is for Virgo, when working with that Virgo energy, is to turn it on self, right? And this is what the polarity of Virgo, right? Mercury ruled the brain, the mind, and, living inside this Virgo experience, the mind has often, gotten the better of me when it comes to what is better for me or what is good for me. And so it's making it's the healing journey. It's the healing journey. And at this same time as we have the sun moving into Virgo, that it's creating a yod aspect. So the yod is known as the finger of God or the finger of fate. And this yod is taking place with the sun Saturn and Neptune retrograde over there in Pisces, the home of self-reflection. And then with Pluto. And where is Pluto? Pluto is over there in Aries, I believe, or maybe Pisces as well. But so this yod is, it's the finger of God. It's the hand of fate, the finger of fate in our life. It is souls coming online through the alignment of the spine. Yes, Pluto in Aquarius. Thank you, Kiva. So, and this is like straight through. We've got the sun and we've got Pluto, and then we have Neptune and Saturn there. And we're making breakthroughs and we're breaking free. And I'm just seeing like this energy of releasing chains, releasing shackles, wrapping up sacred soul contracts that we came into this life to clear up karma. I'm grateful because there's a number of these contracts that I have recently, my role or my part in that deal has been fulfilled. And now is the breakthrough, the break free into, the Lisa-ness of me. Let's see. Oh, and there is a lot of tension on the right side of the body. A lot of tension. A lot of it's like, and you can see it again through my shoulders. They just said, look at your shoulders. So you can see it through my shoulders, right? Even in the lighting, there's a bit of a like darkness over the right side, the shadow. And it's hard as a feminine who has been in the masculine energy a lot, survival, like authority of their own life, this kind of stuff. It's challenging when spirit is saying, settle into the feminine essence and support yourself in the settling, support yourself in the softening. Don't censor yourself. Don't hold yourself back from expressing what it is that you need, that you desire. And ultimately, it's through our connection to source that it's igniting or reigniting this inner fire. I'm feeling hot. This light sweater may not have been the best option for the job place. Yes, for here in the home space, probably not. So you're feeling it on the left. Kiva, you're feeling it on the right too. Yeah, and it's that place. It's like right here. So remember the other day I was saying about this release through the back of the heart. And now it's kind of moved over here and here, like through the front and the back of the heart. Like it's always been the right side for me, like the right breast. And you've heard me speak about that many times. And it's moving, it's moving and shifting. And so how can we be present in the space that may be uncomfortable or where we're experiencing discomfort? I will say crystals, and those of you who are sensitive like I am sensitive, black crystals really came through strong last night. It's like I'm sleeping in a rock quarry in my bed. I had all these light and white and rose quartz stones in the bed with me for a long time now. And yesterday it was like strong guidance, shungite, obsidian, and bloodstone. So I've added a whole new contingent to the sleeping crew. It's a little awkward. They're quite big. They're quite big. Mine's on the left. Yeah. So the right is what we give away, right? What we give away, and it's the masculine side, and the left is the feminine and receptive, and what we keep in, what we hold back, maybe. And there feels to be like this balancing or this alignment, if you will, of like the giveaway versus the receiving. And some of us who are feeling it on the right may have to call back, not be giving so much in spaces and places that, aren't reciprocal and movement and flowing. Yeah. And we're moving into that space. Yeah. The right shoulder and the right hip, living and breathing, experiencing it. And, Kiva says that we all deserve good things with respect to like the basics in life, right? Shelter, food, comfort, companionship, um, kinship with our fellows, joy. Like we're meant to have the best experience. And we were born into a time that really we've seen it through our lifetime. It's been more of the herding, if you will, of the chattel. And we're not chattel. We are children of God. We are divine royalty. We have beating hearts, and we came to experience so much more than what we have. And these are just the simple things. And so people like us, men and women like you and I, come into this life and perhaps have to make breakthroughs, like have very challenging experiences with the basics, the security and the stability that we all deserve, right? And so over time, throughout our lifetime, we hopefully grow and evolve and we clear these generational patterns, if you will, that have been seeded into the collective stream of consciousness, right? So I hope that makes sense. With this yod taking place, I was guided to write step up and step in. Our greatest service is our healing. It is. And making these breakthroughs and clearing up these contracts, these karmic contracts that we have came into this lifetime to clear, God is now pointing us in the direction of our destiny, fated events, fated connections. And I keep hearing, beyond our wildest dreams, beyond the basic bare necessities. It's like living in the lap of the simple luxuries, the pleasures of life, the garden that grows, and the delight that we experience when a hummingbird flies in, or whatever it is for you. It's the simple things. And we deserve all of it. At the same time, remember we had Mars and Virgo. Well, Mars is over there in Libra now, the balancing, the scales. Mars through Virgo was souls on fire into Libra. It's karmic justice. It's divine justice is what it is. So Mars in Libra, many hands make light work, community. And Virgo, the sacred servant, here to be of service to the world, to offer our gifts to the world. We all have gifts. And our gifts are, our gifts, I hope you're feeling it, are opening. And, as our gifts open, it's almost like I'm so grateful this Virgo season, as a lifelong Virgo, I'm so grateful this Virgo season to have made that, truly have made that shift from the mind and getting sidetracked or wanting to, do it my way. And Spirit is saying, no, trust, have faith. You're growing, keep going. And really just enjoy the unfolding. It's like the opening. If we've ever got to see a flower like open up real time, it's so delicate, it's so beautiful, and it can't be rushed. It can't be rushed. So in this space, it's like in this space show yourself some grace. Show up for yourself through acts of devotion, through the recognition of what's going on in the drop of the cosmic ocean, which is all of us, showing up for ourselves and clearing up what we can, cleaning up where we can. You know, Virgo's very particular. New gifts are opening, expansion. And on the 7th of September, we have our total lunar eclipse in Pisces. And our last total lunar eclipse was in Virgo, back in Pisces season. And now we've come, not necessarily full circle, but oh, look at that. We've reached the balance point, the justice space. How are you feeling along your spine? We won't see it, the eclipse here in the Northern Hemisphere. So we'll feel it though. We're definitely going to feel it. I mean, how could we not feel it? And then followed by that, we will have the second new moon in Virgo on the 21st of September with a partial solar eclipse, which again, we won't see here. It'll take place while we're sleeping. And this feels perfect for it to be taking place while we're sleeping. With this first new moon at 0 degrees, the Fool, and then the completion of this Virgo season with a second new moon at 29 degrees, the critical degree, expansion and freedom is what I just heard. But I think of the 29, right? Like the master, the path of mastery. And so Virgo season may be a little more, not task mastery. She's going to be softer this year. She's going to want to get stuff done though. He, you know what I mean? The energy is going to want to be clearing space. I'm already looking around going, oh my gosh, what am I going to do? What am I going to do? First thing I'm going to do is clean my cat's litter box is what I'm going to do. Yeah. And we can't keep giving away. And many of us have given away to places and spaces that really, you know, there was nothing there for us. So while others may have been thriving and living their best life, we were like, oh my gosh, the draggage, right? And, you know, I almost found myself in a place I didn't even recognize myself. And today it's like, I hardly recognize myself, and yet I do. This is a more, I don't know, aged. Okay, so anyways, we're going to pull some cards. I want to really get into this day and then get on the other side of this day. Vacay. So let me just have a look at the comments here. So what are you doing to help your... It's like my son was home and he was like, the night before he had to leave, he was saying, oh my gosh, his head was so sore. Like he looked like he was in so much pain. And so I said, what's wrong? And he's like, oh, my head. And I had asked him to do something. So I was like, oh, is this because I've asked him to help, you know, get some dinner ready for us? And I could tell though, he wasn't faking it. But I said, what? Well, you know, why don't you go get some rest? And he's like, oh, you know, I said, what do you think you could do to make yourself feel better? And he goes, oh, I think I just need some water. And I said, okay, did you drink any water? And he was like, no. And I'm like, well, and he kind of smirked at that too, right? Because there's easy things. We all know what we can do to make ourselves feel better. Sometimes we just don't want to do it, or we're working in some energy that may be a little bit manipulative, or you know, whatever it is, it's the unhealed parts of self. And so it was nice to be able to have like a little giggle and smirk with him about it. And, you know, he did eventually, not right away, he did eventually do, you know, drank some water and helped himself feel better and ate some food and all that kind of stuff and got some rest. So a cattle prod. Didn't we talk about that the other day? That's painful though. And so this is another way that we're being guided this Virgo season, because we've all been through the intensity of what 2025 has been thus far, which has been cleaning up our act, which has been coming to terms with life situations, healing. We've been busy this year. We have been very busy, perhaps behind the scenes. And one of the easiest ways, oh my gosh. Okay, so one of the easiest ways, one of the biggest calls this year, what has it been? I'm sure you can, if you've been here and you've been paying attention and listening within, the biggest call has been for rest. Have we been listening? And it's challenging for those of us who, are, again, highly sensitive. We're picking up on energies. This is about our personal development and the refinement of our gifts and the harnessing of our true solar power through the healing. Hey, Christine. So today I was guided to the Rumi Oracle. I don't use this deck a lot, and you saw me shuffling and you saw the reaction. This is the card that's come out. Beyond the Threshold of Fear, number 25. Do I have let me see if my eyes are going to work for me. Let me see if I have the guidebook. But this is exactly, before I get the guidebook, this is exactly what's being said, right? We're being guided in the direction of our soul. Virgo is the hermit. We're in the season of the hermit, in the year of the hermit. Powerful. Pow pow, double bang, double wow, right? This is good. And Virgo is that mutable earth sign. Slow and steady wins the race. And it's all about us settling into the spaciousness of grace and moving beyond our own fears. Fear of what may be, what may not be, what others think, what they may not think, just fear. We're here to face everything and rise. We're here to face life beyond the lies. And fear is a liar, right? Fear is the voice in our head that says, no, you're not good enough. You can't do that yet. And it's like spirit is saying, go in the direction that you are flowing. Go in the direction of soul growth within the human vessel that is home. The Chariot. What I'm seeing here is with this solar power coming online, the way that this is amplified at this time is through the honoring and trusting of the intuition, the inner vision, staying the course of your heart. No one else can stay the course of our heart for us. No one else knows our heart. Yet if we know our own heart, then we know the heart of all. And the deep, oh my gosh, from nothing to everything. Again, 7, this is a lucky time. 7, 16 is the tower. Beyond the tower, we rise as the star in our own life. The star is all about our healing. The star is all about our ability to show up for ourselves. In this moment, I'm feeling the star, and I know it's not. I am feeling the star very much connected with the Leo energy, being proud of who we are, being proud of perhaps humble beginnings, from stumbling from one disaster to another, to be sitting upon our mushroom or lily pad throne of love. Love of what? Life. Love of ourselves, of our own light. This is so beautiful. And this feels like a coming together, like a merging of souls, community. Remember, it's already being said. And emotional healing. When I'm looking at this card, I'm really feeling like deep, transformative, emotional healing from another time, from It's like ancient wounds are being healed through me and you. And I just heard, stick to what you know is true. Stick to what you know is true. And stick to what we know is true for ourselves. I can't tell you what's true for you. You can't tell me what's true for me. We have to stick to the truth within you and me. Oh my gosh. Number 14, the Temperance card. Let love transform. Temperance is the archangel energy. Temperance is about patience, staying, making the moves through the fear. And these are journeys we have to take on our own. This journey of healing, yes, we can support one another. We can show up here and encourage one another and love one another as we love ourselves and all of that. And yet what's most critical, what's most important is what goes on behind the scenes. The ability to show up for self behind the scenes. I just heard life beyond the mean streets. Yeah, it's a lot to do. And if you'll remember this time last year, the memories are coming up. I was busy packing. I had to pack up that whole space, the second move since Frank transitioned. And it was a huge undertaking. And it was such a decluttering time as well. There was so much that I just simply had to let go of. I seriously have no space for it where we live. And so that's a huge process. Moving is exhausting. Moving is like emotionally, physically exhausting. Perhaps we don't feel like we have time for our spiritual self in the midst of all the busyness. And yet it's so important that we do take time for ourselves in the busyness. And you know what? The boxes aren't going anywhere. It's not like they're going to walk away. So you'll get to them when you get to them. I look over here at, you can't see it, but over here in this part of the room, like I've got I have two Rubbermaid bins and then one big box and then a smaller box. It's like not even, I can't even, maybe while I'm home. I don't know. Because like this decluttering is like a continual process. If it doesn't feel good, why are we keeping it? They're saying, look at that card. So, okay. 22, spirit. That's the only card we need. This is the message from our loved ones in spirit and our ancestors. And then they're saying that card. And it's about the legacy of love that we are here leaving. And as we wrap things up, as we've been doing all the inner work, getting ourselves out of karmic contracts or completing our end of the agreement, the bargain, the deal, so that we can move on into this space of destiny, the finger of God pointing us in the direction, which is our beautiful beating heart. We're all stars. That beautiful, I'd love a skirt like that with stars all hanging off of it. It's feeling very jingle dressy to me. I may be going to a powwow this weekend. I'm kind of excited. I haven't decided yet. I'm feeling the call though. The spirit energy. We are the pathfinders and we find the path through our own shadow and darkness and the past. And we come to the space where we once again see the reflection of our own light in life. I have one mirror in this place, and every time I, not every time I pass by, but when I'm there brushing my teeth or whatever, like to really look at ourselves and to witness the growth. And I would encourage everyone to really look into your eyes. What do you see when you look into your eyes? Is there a light that shines through your eyes? Is there a twinkle, a sparkle, like starlight? Because we are the twinkling, we're the little stars that were born to twinkle in this life. in a myriad of ways, experiencing delight. Beyond the fright, the child of light lives and thrives, grateful for life and spirit guides. So I'm going to hold it here and you can read it if you want. You can screenshot it and read it. I don't feel like reading. Don't feel like reading. So here you go, without my mug. Yeah, it says, go deep within to find the blue sky, your center. And then this card is the legacy card. You know, we are all drops within the cosmic ocean, and we are the entirety of the ocean. And we see this ship in the sky, right? Floating in the sky. And it's like, this is our life. This is the life God gave us this time around. We'll never get this life again. I will never be Lisa Diane Lyle again. You will never be who you are again. So what are you going to do with it? What are you going to do with this life? You know what I just heard? Who is that? Chubby Checker? Splish splash. I was taking a bath, but I was feeling like it when I looked over this way. I was like feeling like a slip and slide. And then I heard that song, Splish Splash. I was taking a bath. All upon a Saturday night. I don't know the rest. I think that's all I know. And so this is about our legacy, the seeds of our dreams, the seeds of our love that we're here nurturing and sowing. And we have been in a myriad of ways throughout our life. You're the seekers. You are the representation of so many prophecies. The wise ones here to rise and be the pathfinder, the way shower. And we don't do it by saying, oh, here, come this way. I know the right way. Because as was shared earlier, you know, spirit tells us to go right and we go left. And then, you know, it's like, we should have gone right. You know, we should have gone right. And yet, if we didn't go right, if we didn't go left, we wouldn't have had an opportunity for more healing, for more character building, for a deeper experience of karmic clearing. So, although Spirit's saying to me, you could have had it the other way too. At the end of the day, it's all about us being true to us. Yeah, I have stuff in my shed like that. Hey, sweet pea, welcome. Welcome, welcome. Yeah, I have stuff in my shed, and maybe that's one of the things I'll do on my staycay is to clean that out. But I don't even want to do that. There's mice in there. I'm so nervous about the mice. Like, and my son's not here to help. So I don't know if I can overcome that one. Probably not. I don't even want to try it, honestly. I just want my stuff out of there. See what I've got. Your dad used to sing that song to you? That's funny. And, you know, I've had a profound healing experience. I was thinking about the live the other day. I was guided to watch it back. I don't often. And it was like, I was pretty vulnerable in that live. And, you know, yeah. And, you know, the healing was all around my relationship with my father. One of the things that came to me through that video is, why did you keep saying the other person? It's my father. And I love my father. I've always loved my father. And, you know, it was an opportunity. I some deep, deep healing between the father and daughter took place. And, you know, it's changed me forever, and it's freed me in so many ways. And yeah, what a beautiful gift of grace. So having those, you know, that's lovely, Christine, to have those memories of your dad singing that to you, and the feeling like your father's the best. I'm super proud of my dad these days. He was super courageous, and yeah, and you know, yeah, it meant a lot. It honestly meant so much. But this is what it's about: the legacy and the 8 energy, the strength of our courage to go forward and to make changes. And it's funny that this came out here, because earlier today, I had this visual. So, you know, the Wheel of Fortune, and then there's also the medicine wheel, right? And the medicine wheel it's the directions, like the compass, right? And today, what I was guided is like Virgo season, enter the medicine wheel through the direction of the south, the child, the inner child, and go into this space. And when you enter this space, perhaps you encounter or you cross into the energy of some fear in your realm, and sit there and no, don't even try to encourage me to do it, Colleen. Yes, Colleen says, yes, you can. And I'm assuming to go into the shed with the little mice. Yes, you can. Just wear a mask and gloves. Pretend I'm there protecting you. No, I'm not doing it. I want someone here protecting me. I actually want someone to go into the shed for me and pull all this stuff out and scare the mice out. And then I'll deal with it. I'm not. It's so funny. It's so funny. Um, so yes, they showed this visual. I have a cat, but no barn cats locally, and my guy's old. Although I'm sure he could still catch a mouse. So, anyways, they showed me going into the medicine wheel in the south direction and taking some time, if we need there, to heal and to reestablish the connection to the sweet child, the child of delight, before whatever it was that took place in our life that inserted the fright. And then we move, to the direction of the west, where we're doing our best to clear stuff up. And as we head towards the north, we're trusting the spirit guidance we're receiving. We're trusting our loved ones in spirit, our ancestors, the wisdom of the trees I just heard, the wisdom that blows on the breeze. We're trusting. And then we come around to east, and we exit the gate through the east, free of the baggage that we came into this experience with. We've transmuted it, we've transformed through the journey with it, and then we come back in to this journey, this lifetime, from a space, a place of divine alignment, truly divine alignment. Yeah, I'm sure many of you could. I'm a scaredy cat that way. I'm a real like girly girl in that way, if that's a thing. There's certain things I have great strength and courage and stuff, and then there's just things like silly things that I ought not to be afraid of, and yet I just don't want to deal with. But let's put it that way. And so here, have a read of this. Oh, just a sec. And so this is about the legacy that we're here to seed and leave in this lifetime. And we're doing it. I want to say, well done. I just can't keep stress enough how proud the spiritual realms are of us, truly. And especially for those of us, like those of you who are like me, and most of our crew is there, they're so proud of us for getting through the shadow. We've made tremendous breakthroughs. What is that? 28? The Wheel of Fortune. The Wheel of Fortune. Step through the gate. What was the message for Virgo season? Step up, step in. So this is like stepping through the gate. Love wins. We know this. We've always known this. And we're so guided and protected on this journey. And just because we've done a lot of shadow work, that doesn't mean that something else won't come up from the shadow, particularly if we've been doing our work as the lone wolf, as the solitary traveler, as the hermit. And then we move into connection with others, sacred union, the lover's energy. We may shadow may come to play again. And yet, it's only coming to teach us or to show us a new way. Because if we've done all this clearing work, if we've done all this healing through our own shadow, and then we come into union, like divine partnership, counterpart energy, we're in a new place. We are relating with the other, the sacred lover, as never before, because we've never been here before. We've never truly been in this space before. And so when we enter into this new space, it's going to be, I just heard a symbiotic dance of grace and embracing the opportunity for expansion through connection, embracing the opportunity for deeper healing through the vessel. Look at this. What is L in Roman numerals? LXIX. The vessel. I don't know what L is. But it's like, yeah, Virgo season sees us coming out of our shell. And the shell was the working through the shadow. And this is like a new life, a new timeline. We have cleared and are moving into this new timeline. Because the other was a dead end. We were just going to stagnate. Right? This feels like, I don't know what that L is. What is the L in Roman numerals? Maybe, I don't know. But I'm feeling like that 5 energy, like the change, the shift, to get out of the dead wood, the dead end energy, took a lot, right? The failure to acknowledge the shadow trips a lot of people up. And yet you are warriors of the heart. You are doing it all through the vessel, within the vessel in which the sacred heart beats. You are the sacred heartbeat. You are the sacred seeds of the legacy of spirit, the pathfinder, the one who found their way. Against all odds. That song's been coming in for, it popped in yesterday as well. Against all odds. Like, you have found the way, the pathfinder, you found your way through the shadow. L. Yeah, I know it's a Roman numeral, but what number does L represent? I know these are Roman numerals. I just don't know what L represents. L. Do children even learn the Roman numerals? I mean, I'm a long time out of school. Why can't I think of? I won't forget once I figure it out. Oh, yes. Okay. So to wrap this up, are they saying the top one too? Yeah. We got more L's here. We got to know what that means. So, like, we're wrapping up this energy of the feelings of abandonment and separation. Where's that book? Where's that book? Huh. They showed me a book and now I can't find it. I guess it doesn't matter. L is 50. Okay, so L is 50 and the X before it is like minus 10. So, okay, yeah, I get it. And so here we have 50, we have 69. Here we have the 69. So again, it's that, that merging energy, the yin and the yang, the balance through the individual journey of the orphan, say, of the spiritual warrior who felt orphaned in their life, who felt, hey, Sarah, welcome, who felt alone, who felt like they had to wear masks throughout life just to get by, the light and the shadow, the face we show the world, and yet, perhaps the face we hide behind, or the face we have hidden behind. So this is, what's this energy? That's 50, 61. 61, 7 again. That's 3 sevens in this reading today. The Chariot, lucky strike. Lucky strike. This is the crone energy. 13, the death energy. Divine feminine, the shadow. Our greatest gifts are our ability to play in the shadow, to move through the shadow. And it can be startling and frightening at times when we embark upon that journey. And yet eventually it's the love affair of a lifetime, coming home to the love of the divine that has always shined, if you will, or wanted to shine through us. I'm going to get the Rumi Oracle guidebook and just read a little bit of the prose for each of these cards, and then we're going to call it a day. Yeah. Is Chiron in Aquarius? Okay, let me get the Rumi Oracle. So we're going back to those first cards. So the first one, remember, the threshold, beyond the threshold of fear, number 25. Let's see what message comes with this card. Okay, beyond the threshold of fear. Enter the lion's jungle. Don't think about getting hurt. Fearful, and my notification, and there's a fly coming in, and the notification on my phone just dinged. So let's start that again. Enter the lion's jungle. Don't think about getting hurt. Fearful thoughts are phantoms of the mind. No one is harmed in this jungle. Everything is compassion and love. It is your fear holding you back, like a bar behind the door. It is your fear holding you back, like a bar behind the door. And the message of this card is, from nothing to everything. Oh, my friend, if you are longing to be written on, become a blank page. The legacy. If you are longing to be written on, your love song, your soul song, the path of service, your sacred service in this lifetime, be the pen. Oh, no, it says become a blank page. And the message I've received plenty of times is be the pen in God's hands. Be the pen or the paintbrush or the spatula or whatever. The sacred scribe. Become a blank page. How do we do that? Through the inner, freeing ourselves from the inner cave. That's what I thought about Chiron too, until 2027. So this is my Chiron return. Those of you who are of a similar vintage will be in your Chiron return. Chiron was in Aries when I was born, and it usually sits there for, I believe it's about 7 years. So I think it went into Aries in the late 60s and was there until 76 or so, 77, something like that. So Chiron is the wounded healer. We're all the wounded healers here to heal. And Aries being, the Fool, the new beginning, the first sign of the zodiac, it's like about embarking out on a new adventure. And then we've got this. Which is let love transform. So let's find the message for that one. It's just a couple pages back. Let love transform. The spring of love arrives to transform the dust into a garden. The call is heard from the heavens to bid the wings of soul to fly. The sea becomes filled with pearls. The dry land receives the water of life. The stone becomes a ruby, and the body becomes all soul. Temple of light. I added that. Temple of light. We are the temple of light. And it's time we got excited about life. Are you feeling it? Oh, Aquarius in your natal chart. Yeah. Nice. Nice. Chiron's nice. You know, this whole journey is nice. Growing up is like it's beautiful work. It's sacred work. So thank you for all the sacred work you do. I'm going to go and feed this vessel because I am rather hungry. And so thank you all for being here today. I trust that these messages have resonated with you on a soul level. Whenever you find them, whether you're here for the live or the replay, hit that thumbs up. If you do resonate, please do consider subscribing to this space. I am eternally grateful for your presence in the here and now. And until next time, everyone, I would encourage you to get out there and harness your solar power in this day. It's 10101. We are the sacred reset. I see you. I feel you. I love you. Ladies, thank you so much for engaging. Gentlemen, thank you if you're here hiding in the shadows. We see you. We feel you. We love you. Until next time, everyone, take good care. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you.